Preston, can you hear me there, brother? Preston? Sometimes technology is with you guys. Sometimes it's against you. And testing 1 2 1 2. How are we doing today, guys? Just doing a little audio checks here, ladies and gentlemen. We're live. We're doing it live. We're good to go. All right, we're good to go. Perfect. All right, guys, we're good to go. We're rocking and rolling. So we're here, PGA pop-up, guys. We're back. We're in the studio here, Southtown 101. If you're not here, I don't know what you guys are doing because it's an absolute blast. We got the karaoke. Jeff here, he puts an absolute fucking 10 out of 10. You want to know what 10 out of 10 is? Hospitality, service, good times. Southtown 101, guys. Pub Sports Radio. If you're in the San Antonio area, I would definitely recommend you guys coming down here. It's a hoot right now. But anyway, guys, we're here to bring you guys some golf. Thank you so much for tuning in. SS Diving, thank you so much, brother, for giving us that little input there on the audio. Sorry about the audio issues, guys. We're going to dive into the WGC Dell Technologies right away, guys. We're not giving you guys a six-pack. I know. Where's your six-pack, Gogster? You always have six-packs. This week's not going to be a six-pack, guys. We got a match play event. So there's going to be 16 groups, kind of like March Madness. Those 16 groups are combined of 4 golfers. So you have a total of 16 times 4. So what's that? 64 golfers. Now, after 3 days, the top golfer in each of those categories, so it'll be 1 golfer in 16 categories, will be moving on to the next to Saturday and Sunday. So what we're going to have for you guys is actually a special event here. Myself and Connor Mack. Connor's on the plane right now. He should be down pretty soon. And Connor and I are going to have just a hell of a time here. We're going to break down some Friday WGC for you guys. So with all due respect to the intro here, let's get right back into the Dell Technologies, guys. What I want to tell you guys about this event, it's 7,100 yards. It's a Pete Dye design course. Short hitters are going to do well here, in my opinion. Off the tee is going to be important, but more so the greens are huge, guys. These greens are massive. Like, I'm talking massive. It's going to be on a Bermuda course too. So whenever you're on a Bermuda course, you're going to want to see what they've been doing on this Florida swing, because here in Texas, where we are here in Pep Sports Radio, it's going to be on Bermuda grass as well. At the Dell Technologies, you're going to want to be looking at golfers who are from the area, in my opinion, guys, or who at least putt well on Bermuda. That's going to be very key at this golf course. So 3-putt avoidance is going to be something we're going to get into here very shortly, because 3-putt avoidance on golf greens that are, guys, I'm talking 60, 70 feet. Like, these holes are just silly. I was bringing it up there just not too long ago, and it's just telling me that you're going to need to have guys that are able to avoid these 3-putts. As much as you're going to have these tap-ins, as you guys know, in these events, it's kind of like playing with your buddies. You're going to have these little, tap-ins. It's good, right? You're not going to make me putt that out. So that's one thing you're going to want to keep into mind. And guys that I think are going to take advantage of that, Zalatoris, Garcia, Bradley. 3 guys that don't putt exactly well from 5 feet in, but they have good leg putting from, 30, 40 feet. So I think that's going to be a key factor here at this course. Some players that are in here, Robert McIntyre, he's making his first appearance here from the European Tour. So that should be interesting. He's a lefty. Lefties do fare very well here. Ian Poulter also, you guys all know Ian Poulter, the crazy European. He's just a guy that's very gritty. Match play events, you're going to want to take guys that are just mentally, you got to have that mental game, because you're going to be down. You're going to have guys hitting, you're not playing just by yourself, right? You're playing against other competition. So I think here you're going to have to be looking against guys that are just kind of have that grit factor, have that, will to win. If you look at the past winners, guys, we have Billy Horschel over Scheffler, Kisner, Horschel and Kisner, 2 guys that have a lot of grit. Moving on to Watson, again, a guy that's very, has just a winning mindset. It would be the best way to describe that, over Kisner. And then DJ over Rahm, Day over Oosthuizen, and Rory over Woodland. So all these guys that have won this event have done very well on courses that are necessarily tough, and necessarily that they sorry guys, we got a little dry mouth here. We got to pop a little more of this Miller Lite in us here at Pub Sports Radio. Let's get her going here. We got Nikki Fish Tanks coming down. Shout out to you there, Big Show. Shout out to everyone here. Jeff Slaughter, everyone else. We got the titties here, guys. If you didn't already see here, we got the lovely Paulina Gretzky. She was down. She wanted to give us a little a sculpture of her beautiful tatas. So here we are, guys. Thankful for Paulina Gretzky's tatas and DJ Johnson for being just such a stand-up golfer and just, just so lackadaisical. Like, Paulina was here. She would definitely be a pub sports. She'd have the tank top on. She'd be looking. Anyways, let's get back into the golf. Let's rock and roll. Gimme's guys. Gimme range. We already talked about that. Par fours, 5 under, 400 yards. 3 par fives, somewhat easy. 2, 8, 14, 15 are all going to be over 450 yards. So there's a bit of a factor there. So more so than less, guys, the fairways are wide open. No issues hitting the fairways. The problem's going to be is the greens. You're going to want a proximity to the hole and guys that are avoiding the 3 putts. I don't want to sound like a broken record here. It's a little bit late here. Shout out to everyone tuning in here. Preston, appreciate it, buddy. Can't wait to meet you here down here at Pub Sports Radio. Big show on the 1s and 2s and SSP. Everyone else on the replay here. This event, guys, starts at 10:20, so make sure that's Central Time. So make sure you get Eastern Time. Make sure you get those bets in quickly. So that's why we're putting this out. It's a little late, but we're going to give you guys the plays here. There's going to be 16 group events here, guys. 16 group events. So there's a lot. There's a lot to say the least. We're going to have a half unit on every one of these picks because 16 units on golf on one round, or 3 rounds, is a little bit crazy. So we're going to have a total of 7 units on. So let me do that math again. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So we're going to have 8 units on the total of these 16 group events. I'm going to give you guys my top 5, but I'm going to give you guys a play on every single one of these because I know people are, you might have an insight on Spieth, Horschel, whoever it may be. So let's get right into it, guys. Pen and pad, we're ready to rock. Rahm, Reed, Young, and Munoz. Munoz is not a guy I want to be playing right now. Pulled out from an event not too long ago. Young is very interesting. I don't blame anyone for looking at Cameron Young right now, playing good golf, especially on this Florida swing. Gritty competitor. Where's that MLB hat? But Patrick Reed, guys, he hasn't exactly proven a lot. I don't want to sound like a homer here, but you know what, guys? Patrick Reed is going to take down this Group 1 event here. He's a Texas native. You don't want to mess with a guy right here from Texas native. He can putt. That's the biggest thing. 3-point avoidance. 3-point avoidance. I can't even talk. 3-putt avoidance. There you go. 3rd time's a charm. Reed, he's just so good, guys, at the leg putts. If you don't have leg putts at this type of golf course, you're like guys like even Morikawa, in my opinion. Rahm, who has not been putting nearly as well at a golf course, or not a golf course necessarily, that on the PGA 2022 rules. I'll try that again. Rules that say that you can't have your greens book, guys. Without your greens book, some of these golfers have definitely been hurting from this. In my opinion, Rahm has, especially leg putting. His leg putting has not been nearly as good. He's left himself testers for these for second shots in. A guy like Reed, he's from this Texas area. He has a lot to prove still, guys. This guy's won Masters events. He's really good around the green. Like I keep saying, he's from the area. He should thrive at this golf course. He's going up against Rahm, Young, and Munoz. Other than Rahm, I think he should take care of those two. So let's take Reed here, guys. Plus 300, half unit. That's going to be the first one on the group betting here. We have 16, so I'll try to make it short and sweet for you guys. Morikawa, Kokrak, Garcia, and McIntyre. This is going to be a bit of a long shot one here, guys. Garcia, what can you say? He's from this area. He actually plays golf at this golf course. I know from last year, talking about it on the commentary and whatnot. You're going to be wanting to look at Garcia and McIntyre, guys. Lefties play very well at this golf course. And McIntyre and Garcia, I think they're a sneaky play. Kokrak did not make the cut of the last event. He killed us. He killed us, guys, I tell you, on our goddamn make the cut parlay. We were so damn close, but Kokrak decided to do what he did. So I'm not a big fan of Kokrak right here. And even Morikawa, guys, he's not exactly playing the greatest of golf. Not so much golf right now, but his putter. It's something I can't trust. And when you're doing leg putts, guys, anytime you have leg putts, you need a guy that's for the most part solid at golf. And when someone's not solid at golf, I'm sorry, I should take that back because Morikawa is very, very much solid at golf. But it's leg putting. If you're not good at leg putting, there's a problem. And my opinion, Morikawa is not a good leg putter. So give me Garcia here, guys. McIntyre, I don't blame you guys if you want to take McIntyre instead. Both of them are going to be good odds. You're going to get plus 250 and plus 300 on McIntyre. So I would be leaning towards those two. A little more display of those beautiful tatas there from Paulina Gretzky there. That's a It's a big crowd pleaser there, Paulina. Anyways, let's keep it to golf here. Sorry there, guys. It's a late night. We got a bit of an audience here. Shout out to everyone here at Pub Sports Radio. Hovland, Zalatoris, Tringali, and Straka. So these 4 golfers here. Straka did win an event not too long ago, which is very impressive. But in an event where you got Zalatoris and Hovland that are 2 of the top premier golfers, in my opinion, that you're going to see in the next 5 years. They're both going to be winning events. Zalatoris hasn't won, but he's just itching right now. So I'm going to say Zalatoris here, guys. He's from the area. Tringali is very interesting as well. He's just so hit and miss. He could win. He could very well beat Hovland, then lose to Zalatoris and Straka. So to win these events, guys, you got to at least go 2-1. Or when it comes down to your match play events, you got to it's going to come down to 6. If you beat a guy, 6 on the 13th rather than the 18th hole. That's what's going to come down to the tiebreaker factor here. But yeah, we're looking at here Hovland, Zalatoris, Tringali. I'm going to go with Zalatoris, guys, plus 260. Next play on the card here is going to be group 4 here. That's going to consist of Cantlay, M, Power, and the last one's going to be Keith Mitchell. You guys know Keith Mitchell. He's been a very good golfer here on the Florida swing. The only issue with Keith Mitchell would be, you know what? There's not many issues about Keith Mitchell. Seamus Power's a guy I got problems with. His approach has not been that good. We just took a quick deep dive, and I don't like his approach. Sungjae Im, someone that's just so good tee to green. He seems to play very well in these Florida events. I'm not a guy I'm going to be fading. So right now, Im and Mitchell are on the list. And Cantlay, guys, I know some of our low baggers were asked, what's going on, Danny Kelly? Sorry, I'm a little late there. What's going on, Danny? What the fuck is this name of the show? Golf After Midnight? Hey, buddy, it's a late night here. We got the Pub Sports Radio beers. I don't know who turned the air conditioning on, but I'm freezing my nuts off here, but we're going to be fine. It's all right. So Danny Kelly, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my guy. The bracket challenge for this event. Yeah, no, I'll check that out, my guy. It's so tough to get stats for this event here, guys, because most of my key stat factors here are key websites that I go to. It's a little shaky right now when it comes to giving stats on this. So giving a bracket there is just as fun. You got the March Madness going on. I think these group betting is going to be going to be a solid way to look at it. You have 3 days. Like I said, Wednesday, tomorrow it starts, guys. Wednesday at 10 o'clock. That's Eastern time. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're going to have the group events. And then Saturday, Sunday is going to be just the top 16 going right at it. So it's going to be a great event here, guys. I can't wait to see it. But looking back at the Cantlay M, Power, Mitchell, I'm looking at M. Sungjae Im, guys. He's just been so steady. He's a steady golfer, where Mitchell, it's between those two guys, Mitchell and him, in my opinion. Power, I can't trust his approach, and Cantlay, he doesn't have the putter here on Bermuda, and I don't like him in match play events at all. Moving on to the 5th one here. We don't want to take all day here. We got 16 to go through. Here's the 5th one here for you, though, guys. It's a juicy event here. Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, and Poulter. We got some Europeans here in Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, and Poulter. Then the Texas born here. Shout out to Tejas, baby. Scotty Scheffler. He's going to be the favorite in this event. Won 2 events already this year. And now he's coming back home, where he played a hell of a lot of good golf. Him and Jordan Spieth, Zalatoris and company. So Scotty Scheffler's an interesting look. But I'm going to go to Tommy Fleetwood here, guys. Tommy Fleetwood's been playing sneakily. He's been just playing great golf. And looking at what he did at the WGC last year, Tommy Fleetwood was T5, guys. He was competitor kind of golfer, and he's playing really good golf at this moment. So I'm going to take him at plus 300. So far, guys, we got plus 200 or plus 300 on Reed, plus 250 on Garcia, plus 260 on Zalatoris, plus 260 on M, and we also have plus 300 on Fleetwood. So right away, guys, you're going to have solid plus numbers there. We're going to, like I already mentioned, plus we're going to chop it in half. It's not going to be a full unit. We're cutting our rate in half like a pepperoni pizza. It's going to be a half unit in Aldi's. So I'm going to be taking a little plus money. With that being said, we're going to have some favorites coming into play here. Not some of the ones I'm very key on, but those top 5 guys that I just went over: Reed plus 300, Garcia plus 250, Zalatoris, M, Fleetwood. I think all those golfers at those plus numbers are going to be just solid looks. So even at a half unit, full unit, whatever you want to do, guys, that's where I'd be leaning towards in this first 3 rounds or first 3 days of the tournament. Moving on to the next round here, group would be number 6. It's JT, Kisner, Leishman, and List. How do you not take JT here, guys? Kisner, Leishman, and List. Like, really? You're going to throw those 3 at him? List, I can't, And when you're coming to match play events, there's probably no one that wants to beat you down more than Justin Thomas. As much as I'm not a big fan of him, he's just a mean mother trucker. He's not a guy you want to just definitely piss off. But Kisner, I talked about Kisner earlier. He was defeated a couple times and won this event. So Kisner definitely likes to play in match play events. He's a guy you want to look out for. But I think JT is just playing too good of golf right now. He's plus 150. I would lean towards him there, guys. Maybe throw a full unit on that one. Number 7 on the card. Let's go a little more Miller Lite in us here, right? Pound a little more Miller Lite. That's the spot. Yeah, shout out to you out there. Yeah, sorry guys. Xander Schauffele, number 7 here, group betting 7. Xander, Finau, Herbert, and Kenyatta. Those 4 golfers aren't exactly, who Kenyatta. You got to be a real expert here. Dan Kelly and company here, some of the other guys in the chat, they really have to know about a golfer like Kitayama. Herbert as well, a guy from the European Tour, hits a very long ball, not exactly accurate off the tee, not a guy I like betting. And then you have Tony Finau and Xander. Excuse me. Looking at Xander Schauffele here, guys, he's playing really good golf at the moment. Him and JT, I was telling you guys, I'm going to take some favorites. So I think JT and Xander, two of the 1993 boys, including myself here, guys. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. If you guys can't see here, lovely logo here. Get that at pubsportsradio.com/shop. Yeah, guys. Xander. Yeah. Xander, I'm going to take him over Finau, Herbert, and Kenyatta. I think Xander's playing too good of golf right now. Finau's just been nowhere to be seen. He's been like your lost, step uncle or, your stepdad. You just never see him other than weekends, right? That's kind of like Finau. DJ, Homa, Wolf, and Hughes. That's going to be the next one here, guys. Number 8. DJ, we have Paulina right here. She came by all the way to San Antonio. It was so kind of her. Jeff let her in. Obviously let her in, and she just, was just so kind and gracious with her just hospitality towards Pub Sports Radio. So we have a nice, blueprint croissant of her lovely tatas by Mrs. By Jose and his mother there. Shout out to Jose and his mother who that had that rolling. DJ, Homa, Wolf, and Hughes. So I'm going to be looking towards your guys. You know what? Why not Hughes? Why not Mackenzie Hughes, the Canadian? I don't want to sound like a homer, but I might sound like a homer here. Hughes, you know what, guys? He's really good at leg putting. That's what's going to come down to this golf course. These greens they're massive. They're huge. Like if guys like Connors, he's dead to rights. Like you might as well throw him in the cop car right now. Like he's not going to have a good event. If you guys want to fade Connors, I think that'd be a good play. Guys that just aren't exactly strong putters you could have a good approach, but when you have greens that are this big, you're going to have, you need to avoid the 3-putt. You need to avoid the 3-putt, guys. That's the biggest thing I want to put from this show here, guys, is 3-putt avoidance. So as much as you're going to have gimmies, you're going to want to be putting that first putt within gimme range, right? You don't want to have to be having that second putt for a par putt that's 5 foot coming back, or, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta give it to DJ Hughes. What do you guys think? It's tough. Dan Kelly here says, I like Scheffler here, a good match play. Yeah, I 100% agree. Ryder Cup indicator, Ryder Cup player. What hasn't Scheffler done right now, Dan Kelly, if you know what I'm saying? Like he's been cashing. He's playing free golf, like just loose, really free golf at the moment. Like he's a guy, and now he's coming back to Texas. Like if you've won both 2 events, guys, in Florida and over in the crazy event at Arizona, and now you're coming back to your home state. Yeah, Scheffler's definitely a guy. I think he's someone you're going to be looking towards, even in the Masters, if you want to look at him at the Masters or U.S. Open kind of thing. So, great points by our guy Dan Kelly here. He's just an absolute legend there in the game. Respect to you, Dan Kelly. Wish you were here, buddy. Let's move on to the next one here. DeChambeau looking like he's cut there. I heard from one of our guys here telling us that DeChambeau's been out. So we're not going to be looking at the matchup here with Gooch, Westwood, and Blaney, just because it looks like DeChambeau's again pulling out. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Too many YouTube videos, not enough real golf from DeChambeau. So we'll see what he does. I'm not a big fan. Anyways, Louis Oosthuizen, this is a juicy one. This is probably the best group of the whole card here we're going to see for the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, at the WGC Dell Technologies in Austin, Texas. Louis Oosthuizen, Paul Casey, Corey Connors, and Alex Noren. Alex Noren to be the 4th place player there is just absolutely nuts. He's been playing really good golf. His putter's been hot. His approach he's been doing nothing wrong. It's just going to be coming down to a match play event. And looking at his match play stats here, I believe we have him written down here. Norin. No, we don't. He wasn't actually in the event because if we didn't have him written down, he was not in the event. So Norin was not in the event there last year, guys. But with that being said, you have a really strong group. Connors, I was kind of hating on him earlier, and I'm still going to hate on him. I can't trust his putting, his leg putting. It's going to be a problem more likely than not. He does have a great approach game, but if you want to have a guy that's going to win, that's going to grit his way, you need to have guys that are going to make putts. If you're making putts, the whole golf game comes together. I don't know if everyone in the chat here, everyone watching can relate to that, but every time if you can make putts, if the putter's hot, the whole game, it could be your day. You know what I'm saying? So a guy like Louis here is probably what I'm going to have to lean towards, plus 220 over Casey and Connors. Casey's another guy like Connors, just an awful. He misses so many 4 or 5 footers. He's another guy that's going to maybe not benefit, but if you want to give this guy a couple tap-ins, I wouldn't do that to Paul Casey because he's another guy that seems to not putt very well on Bermuda, any type of grass in general. So Paul Casey, he's a fade in my opinion. Connors, then you got Norin that I'm just not too sure in the match play. So I would be leaning towards here. Everybody, Dan Kelly and company. Louis Oosthuizen plus 220, guys. I'd have to look towards Louis Oosthuizen here. I just think he's cooking up. He's played well in match play events too. Just looking at what Louis done here. He don't have his event. We can't give you guys full stats here. Pub Sports Radio, nothing but the best, right? So I don't have any numbers here for Louis, but I can just tell you guys, Louis Oosthuizen is going to be the guy you want to bet on in this group. This is going to be group number 10. It's a really tough group, but I know Casey Connors, they can't putt. It's pure and simple. They can't putt. Norin, on the other hand, he can putt, but looking at a match play event, I don't think he's going to excel. So we're going to look at Louis here, number 10 plus 220. Spieth is going to be our next one. We're going to look at here over Scott Rose and who do we got here? Keegan Bradley. I'm not a big fan of Keegan Bradley. He's playing solid golf at the moment, but his putter, if a guy can't putt, how many more times do I got to say it? If a guy can't putt, he's not going to excel. So, and this one here, I got to take Jordan Spieth, another Texas native here over Scott Rose and Bradley. Moving on to number 12. This is one I don't want anything to do with, guys. If you guys are looking at Horschel, Peters, Hoagie, and Lee, you might as well just go buy a lottery ticket because it's a dog's breakfast. This one, maybe take the long shot and KH Lee or Min Woo Lee, Hoagie, Tom Hoagie sandwich. Have smoke a Hoagie, Thomas Peters or Billy Herschel as or Billy Horschel. Sorry, it's not one I want to have anything to do with, guys. Number 12, we're going to pass on that one. Number 13 is going to be a really strong event. Hattenberger, Siwoo Kim, and Bezatenhout. I'm going to take Bezatenhout here, guys. Plus 300. He's the fourth place ticket on. He's the fourth plus money on those four. So plus 300 on Bez. Plus I think it's 260 on Kim. Plus 240 on Berger, and then plus 220 on Hatton. So I'm going to take the longer shot here and Bezatenhout. He's just so good tee to green at the moment. He hasn't played. He had a bit of a break after playing so much golf. If he can, in a match play event, he seems like just a cold killer, you could say. He's just he kind of comes in there, doesn't have much emotion on the golf course, where guys like Siwoo Kim can just Berger, Hatton, all those guys are just kind of bombshells waiting to just kind of explode, a ticking time bomb, as they say. So as a long shot here, Bezatenhout, South African, I think it'd be a sneaky play. I think he's going to come out of this 13th group at plus 300. Number 14 is going to be Neiman, guys. We're going to look at Neiman over Kevin Na, Henley, and McNeely. McNeely is a golfer on the West Coast. Henley, I don't blame you guys for taking Henley. He's a very tough. Him and Neiman are, in my opinion, are the two golfers you want to look at. Kevin Na, very good match play golfer as well. Dan Kelly says Bryson is planning on being in San Antonio next week. Oh, here we go. He's going to make an appearance. So the big bad DeChambeau. I might have to. I don't want to get kicked out. I don't want to say Brooksy, but man, I'm so tempted to call him Brooksy. Brooksy. Just get in his head. Maybe fade him in a matchup. But that's exciting to see DeChambeau because just who doesn't like seeing someone grip it and rip it like the world's longest golf drive competition he was in this year. So that's very exciting to see. Thank you very much, Dan Kelly, for bringing that up. I wasn't able to bring that up. I wasn't able to see that, but I guess here on the Golf Channel, he's saying there, our guy Dan Kelly, that they brought it up earlier. So great to see. He's going to have that just before the Masters because the Valero, guys, is the tournament you're going to see right before the Masters. So some guys are going to be taking it off, and other guys like DeChambeau are going to be playing it to try to get a little momentum or a little bit of around. I wouldn't necessarily be taking, as Dan Kelly could probably endorse this one. Um, I wouldn't be taking DeChambeau in this event. I would definitely be fading him. I think it's his event. He wants to get right for the Masters. Dan, you could probably agree. Um, he's gonna. It's a practice event for him. As much as he's got great distance off the tee, but he's from the area. He knows the grass. He knows the grain. He should be able to calculate everything in his mind. But I still would be, in my opinion, I'd be fading him. Moving on, though, guys. Thank you so much, Dan. That was great information. Number 15, we got two more left here. Ancer, Simpson, Harman, and Watson. Another strong group here, guys. I didn't know what to do with this one. Just bringing up the old account here. We're in Tejas here, so we don't have our normal account, but we still have a friendly one here that definitely treats us well. That's Bodog there, Bovada in the USA. So we're using that right now. And I'm just pulling up. Sorry, guys, for the delay there. So we're on number 15. Ancer, I can tell you right now, guys, anytime you have a Pete Dye designed course, Ancer thrives on this shit, guys. And he's also from San Antonio. Shout out to Abraham Ancer. He should be here at Pub Sports Radio. I don't know what he's doing. He's slacking. I know the guys from San Antonio. Ancer, where are you, buddy? We got karaoke. I know you're the karaoke king. I hear it from all the golfers. Anyway, I'm just playing with you, buddy. But anyways, yeah, Pub Sports Radio here, guys. Come check it out if you're in the San Antonio area. Ancer, he is from this area of Texas golfer, so I do think he's going to do very well and loves Pete Dye design courses. You look at Webb Simpson, hit and miss golfer, in my opinion. Not a guy I want to be betting on. Brian Harman, a lefty. Anytime you have lefties in this event, they've seemed to have done very well at this golf course, guys. Bubba Watson winning a couple of years back. So, and speaking of Bubba Watson, he's in this event too. Bubba Watson, Brian Harman, Webb Simpson, Abraham Ancer. Take your pickings at this one. This is a really tough one, guys. But in my opinion, I'm going to be taking Abraham Ancer. You know what? He's going to be the chalk here. We're going to pull it up just in a second. What do we got here? Plus 225 on Ancer, plus 250 on Harman, plus 275, plus 275. Those odds tell you guys you're not getting anyone above plus 300 on those matchup bets. So it's going to be a really tough event. It is going to be a tough event, but tough matchup number 15. I don't want nothing to do with this one, in my opinion. I lean towards Ancer, but probably because I'm a homer towards Ancer. Number 16 is going to be your boy Koepka. There, Brexy Koepka, Shane Lowry, Harold Varner III, and Eric Van Rooyen, Mr. Tight Pants there at the ankles there, no socks. He's going to be in this event against Harold Varner, who, he won the event not too long ago, guys, but I'm going to be fading him here, in my opinion. I think Lowry or Koepka at this event. You know what, actually? Why not Eric Van Rooyen? Yeah. I think that Van Rooyen could be a solid play here, guys. He's going to be a long shot. I'd be looking towards Van Rooyen, maybe Koepka. I know three of those guys don't putt very well. I mean, Varner's not too bad, but Lowry, I've been watching him lately. Him and Koepka have been putting too well. So I'd be leaning towards a long shot there, guys. Eric Van Rooyen. That's going to be the 16 matchup bets for you guys. I'm going to go over them one more time, just in case you guys, tuning in late or, not exactly able to catch the full show. Reed's going to be number 1, plus 200. Next one's going to be Garcia plus 250. Zalatoris, our guy here. Jeff should make me laugh. He's throwing a mic up here. I don't know what he was doing. M. We're taking M plus 260 over Cantlay, Power, and Mitchell. Fleetwood plus 300. JT plus 150. Xander. We're taking DJ Hughes. Take her pickings. You know what? Let's lean towards Hughes in that one. Louis, Spieth, Peters. Is where I'd be looking towards that number 12 matchup, guys. 13, Bezadenhout, Neiman, and then Ancer, and more likely than not, Van Rooyen. That's going to be the Pop-Out Sports little breakdown for you guys. We got the WGC special here for you. I just want to thank everyone for tuning in here. We got the total of 6 people here. We got our guy Big Show Picks here. Shout out to Big Show here. Get in here, Big Show. Get in here, brother. Get in here. Shout out to Big Show. That's the producer if you guys don't know him. He's an OG, man, always making it happen for us. So shout out to Big Show. Cheers to him. Cheers to everybody else that's here at Pub Sports Radio supporting us as always. We'll see you guys on Friday. Guys, Friday we're going to actually break down the top 16 here. So all the guys that won these events, Connor McIntyre. Connor's going to be right here, man. It's going to be a fucking great time. So I can't wait for that, guys. That's going to be it. That's our 16 plays. Check me out on Twitter. I'm going to tweet out those 16 plays right after the show. So Ego47_ on Twitter, and be sure to follow Pub Sports Radio, guys, on Twitter, YouTube, our Discord, everywhere. And also make sure to follow us. Check out our website where we have all of our live shows. Our merch, guys. Shout out to this merch right here, guys. Pub Sports Radio. Let's fucking go. Let's go. You got anything to say there, Jeff? Or yeah, that'd be great. You know what? We're just bringing up the mic here. We got a Pub Sports Radio mic there. So see that the headset on the beer? That's us. If you guys don't know us, that's Pub Sports Radio. Look out for us there. We're gonna see maybe answer. I was just I'll tell him I'm his lost long cousin or something. Maybe I can get an interview with him. So we'll see what happens, guys. We're gonna be back again on Friday with myself and Connor Mack, and then we got the Valero. We're gonna be here live for the Valero on Thursday, and we'll have some action for you guys. More likely than not Monday with myself and Connor Mack, and it could even be another special guest. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're live here at Pub Sports Radio. Kick some ass, cast some tickets. We be pubbing!